back to my channel. So today I'm doing an Insta-baddie makeup tutorial. Honestly, I did have to look up this term because I'm like, what is that? I had no idea, but it's an Instagrammer that has that eyeliner on fleek, those eyebrows on fleek, everything on fleek. So I was like, alright. And I absolutely love bold looks, so this was just like perfect for me to do. So the first product I used was the Photo Finish primer from Smashbox. I have been absolutely loving that primer. I don't know what's about it, but it just works so well. And then after that, I am using, it's from Becca Cosmetics. It was just a little sample of it, but it's the Under Eye Brightener, which seems to work okay. I mean, this was the first time I was trying it, so yeah, and then also I'm going to be using from NYX Cosmetics their color correcting palette, and I'm just taking that green mostly on the blemishes that I have to kind of cancel out the redness, but also in some parts that I just have redness, so yeah. And then the next thing I'm going to use is my Too Faced foundation. I'm just mixing these two shades to get my right skin tone. And yes, it is darker because I am matching my body. But I'm just putting that all over my face, and then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. And next I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I always go back to this concealer. No matter what one I try, I just always go back to this one. Sometimes I still use the Tarte one, but hardly. Do you guys have any good concealer recommendations? Because I always love trying new concealers, but it just always goes back to this one. I don't know. But yeah, just putting that in all the high points of my face as well as under my eyes. Put the most under my eyes because it's the largest area that I am trying to cover. And I also put that on my eyes because I use concealer kind of like a base for eyeshadow as well. Because after you set it, it also does help eyeshadow stay. So if you guys like don't want to spend money on eyeshadow base, that's kind of a good way as well. These are the Alexa Persico just like pots of concealer. And I mix my colors together, and this is what I use to conceal blemishes on myself, and I also use it on some clients. But yeah, I really like this concealer to cover blemishes. This is a new product, okay? I didn't really want to use it in the video because it's so expensive, but I love this product. Jaclyn Hill made me do it. She made me buy it. It's the Chanel Teint de Soleil, and it is such an easy blend-in, just like a dream cream bronzer. I love it. You really don't have to if you don't want to add another bronzer on top, but obviously this is like an Instagram themed video, so obviously I'm going to. But it's really, really good. I love it, and I'm just putting that all over my face to bronze. Now I'm just using the Laura Mercier translucent powder for under my eyes and anywhere I put that concealer. This powder is genius. This is like the best translucent powder I've ever used. If you guys haven't tried it, try it. It's so good. And next I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I love this powder just for everywhere else on my face to set it lightly, just because it gives the face more dimension, and then I brush off any powder from Laura Mercier. And this is the Jaclyn Hill face palette. I love this palette. It is amazing. I'm using the blush in the middle. I like a lot of blush, so we're just putting a lot on there. And then I realized I forgot to contour my face, so I'm going back with a Hoola bronzer, and then I'm just going to contour my whole face. And it's more of like a neutral bronzer, so not only will it contour you, it will bronze you, so that's always a nice mix. Obviously for darker skin tones, this bronzer won't work for you, but there's definitely darker bronzers from like Kat Von D. I'm just taking this brush from Sigma, and I'm using that Hoola bronzer to contour my nose. And then I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to be putting that down the center of my nose and also on the sides beside the bronzer that I used to contour, just to kind of clean up the lines. So just going back to that Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm using both of the shades mixed together because we love that gold and champagne mixed together. It looks so good. I don't know, I just really like it together, mostly because I can't decide which one to put on my face. Purely the reason. And yeah, gotta put that on the tip of the nose for that Instagram highlight, which, not even gonna lie, I used to do that all the time, so not to hate on any Instagrammer at all, because I am one, so that's nice. So for the brows, I'm using Sonia's Brow Bar, Mechanical Brow Pencil and Light. I love this brow pencil, and I'm gonna be filling in my eyebrows a lot darker. I don't know, yes, darker, but just mostly more filled in than usual because I want my eyebrows to be really sharp. I don't necessarily love my eyebrows like this personally, but for the video I wanted to kind of like do it a lot darker. And also, what really helps making your eyebrows look good is to continuously brush out and move around and blend the product in. That's also why I love this pencil, is because it has a brush on the other side, so it's super easy to just like flip over and brush my eyebrows out, which makes them definitely look more natural and just like put together and nicer. And then I'm obviously going to clean up my eyebrows with some concealer. I'm using the Alexa Persico one. I always do this because I really like the look of super clean eyebrows. I usually don't put concealer on the top of my eyebrows, but for the sake of this video, to just make them look really sharp, I'm going to be putting concealer on the top of my eyebrows. And this is the clear eyebrow gel from MAC. I really like it. I'm brushing my eyebrows up, which I also think makes them look a little more clean and kind of more realistic because it kind of defines each eyebrow hair, makes it more visible, so it makes it kind of look more full. So this is like, it's called something like Matte Eyes palettes from Smashbox. I'm taking that kind of more muted pinky kind of color and I'm putting that all in my crease, and I'm going to continuously do that until I'm kind of happy with the depth I'm getting in my crease. And then after that, I'm going to be taking this kind of more medium brown kind of color, and I'm going to be really buffing that out kind of at the ends of my eyes. Hardly really even in my crease, just really on the outer V's and out. And this will kind of give a really blown out, kind of make your eyes look a lot larger. Since we are using matte eyeshadows, and even though we're using a lighter color on the lid, dark eyeshadows and especially matte eyeshadows can sometimes close up the eye a little bit depending how you use it, so this really does open up your eyes. So now I'm using this smaller eyeshadow blending brush as well as this darker color, and I'm going to focus this more on the outer thirds near the lash line, but I'm also going to be pulling it out. This is going to make the eye look very smoky and kind of more seductive, as makeup terms would kind of define this look, and really just elongate your eyes, which makes it look really nice, I think. So a trick for kind of to clean up the lines, I don't want a super straight defined line as tape or kind of using full, like a lot of concealer, if you know what I mean. Taking your beauty blender and just kind of rubbing it on the sides takes a little product off and makes it really diffuse so you don't really see any hard lines. On my lower lash line, I am doing the same combination I used on the top of my eye. So first the lightest and then the medium color and the tiny bit of a dark color. And I'm really kind of just smoking that on the lower bottom, but not too far down. So now I'm taking the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. I'm putting this on my eye just to make the color on the lid a little more pigmented and last longer. And I'm taking this kind of more ivory kind of color and I'm putting that on my eye. And I'm not going to want this color like too defined. I kind of want it to blend into the rest. So after this you can even take colors used in the crease and kind of blend over everything. But I do want the whitish kind of color to be quite visible. So now I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes and using CoverGirl Lash Blast Waterproof Mascara. I'm putting a super thin coat because I'm going to be adding eyelashes on top, and then after that I'm going to be using the Lancome Art Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to be lining my lids and also doing a wing. And then after I do this winged eyeliner, I'm going to be adding fake eyelashes off screen. They're Athena from Iris Beauty. And then I'm also going to be putting a bit of white eyeliner in my lower waterline. So I'm using this lip liner and I'm going to be lining my lips as well as filling it in, although the liquid lipstick from NYX that I'm going to be using is pigmented enough to use by itself, but I kind of wanted some guidelines and make sure it's super extra pigmented. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was really fun to kind of do a little